Alright, recording has resumed, so hello people of the internet, it is I, Solar Dragon here, back with more Fate Grand Order, where today we are continuing with Section 6 of Lostbelt 6, titled Whales. This is a set party formation pre-battle, but the party formation is restricted. Just yesterday, for you watching on YouTube, MASH is in trouble. And we need to go back in time and save her somehow, as well as also burn, curse, and poison a white lion to nothingness. How long until Wales? Well, we're taking the scenic route instead of the main road, so it does not stand out. So at this pace, I say we get there tonight, as long as we don't run into any trouble. Is something wrong, Artoria? You've been weirdly quiet for a while now. I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to make Sol nervous, but I've been getting a real bad feeling like something's watching us all this time. I also get the feeling the carriage is going to flip over in about 5 seconds.
Don't be silly, I'm Red Rabbit, the most elegant, wind-like fey horse all round. I wouldn't let the carriage I was drawing tip over, especially with passengers inside. What the?
Snorting is weird. What's that? Why are we under attack? Everyone get out of the carriage.
Hang on, we ain't under attack. The carriage just ran over something is all.
What happened, Red Horse? Are the roads that bad out here?
No, it's just I'm sorry. I was writing a poem while gazing up the sky. And I didn't notice the large number of fairies collapsed on the road until it was too late. This is incredible. It's awful. It's awful. There are still 1, 2, 3, 6 of them blocking our way.
We're alive. We're still just alive. Please, help us. Our cargo just began acting up and attacked us out of nowhere. Hi-ho. Hi-ho. We're not hurt too badly. In fact, we probably look completely fine. The cargo took us one way down past the hill to the isolated cave no one would ever see unless they were looking for it. Please, you gotta save him, you nice suckers. I mean, people who wouldn't turn your backs on a fairy in need, right? Oh boy, this is a scam. Not suspicious at all. The hill over there? Got it! Come on, everyone. We need to hurry before it's too late. Oh, Artoria. Wait, seriously? Oh, there's a fine line in being nice and being gullible, you know?
You know, I'm actually kind of impressed you managed to survive this long.
Same here. Keep an eye on these fairies here, Oberon. No problem. Good luck over there. Alright, so formation set. Looks good to me. We have yet to actually encounter the need for our trio of death that will be coming to a lion near you. NFF. Uh-oh, don't you think their life is precious? NFF? Vitch. Okay. Only one wave. So, I think what we do here is we Muramasa on these fools. Ignore events, increase crit, not worth it. Crit strength for yourself. Yeah, we'll do that. Oh, they're fairies. Alter Ego exclusive skill. Divine Spirit special attack and ignore invincibility, and apply defense ignore and increase MP gauge. That'll be worth for that. You are an art servant. We'll do that for Vinci. We'll do that for you. And then smash.
Shinzui, Kaimei, Kansei Rune, Shusoku, Tanzou Giho, Rinkai. Maid no miyage ni ogami yagare! Kore ga ore no Tsunukai Muramasa da!
That is some damage resistance. Also, it occurs to me that he is an alter ego, not a friggin' saber here, so I barely did damage to this NFF lizard. Okay, Vinci's turn. I thought I would be fine. That's what I get for not paying attention. This lizard is literally going to be the hardest of foes. True, he is not. It is indeed. It is a very strong team. There we go. Now Muramasa can just delete this berserker, hopefully. Actually, I didn't even check to see what that special defense thing was. Nope! Okay, what's going on? How do I beat this thing? These guys have no... On the third turn? Seriously? You wait until turn 3 to do that? That severely annoys me. That severely annoys me that it decides to wait until turn 3. Okay, I'm gonna save Vinci's NP here until next turn when we get the NP strength boost. If she survives. Thank goodness. Boop. Boop. Boop, boop, boop. Hey, Deontay, welcome to the stream. Happy things, happy things. Please do not tell me how many sections part 1 is. I wish to find that out for myself. I wish to find out how many sections part 1 is for myself, and I also need to get Goey leveled up so that way I can burn, curse, and poison a lion. Because that lion will go through all 3 of those pains. Stop. 70 sections. That's impressive if that's the case. That'd be very impressive. I'm not even a 10th of the way through then. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know that Lostbelt 6 is a literal monster in terms of length. I saw the image of Nasu holding up the properly written script for Lostbelt 6. Or not holding it up, but having it on a table. Hi-ho, don't know what we would have done if you hadn't come along. That's the last time I ever go shopping in Gloucester. I should have known that bargain set was too good to be true. You mean he actually was in trouble? I guess so. Oh, I feel bad for not giving those fairies a fair shake, no matter how they suspect they seem at first. Are you alright? There aren't any other fairies who were taken away, are there? Nope, it's just the 7 of us. No 8th fairy around here. I gotta say, though, you guys sure are strong. And by you guys, I mean the redhead. You, on the other hand, were crazy out there in a whole different sense of the word, lady. You were throwing out so many explosions, I thought you were gonna blow me up along with our escort. Aw, Castoria. Better not put subtitles in this game or you'll cut them off. Deontay, they kind of do that, though. Next time you ought to take a page from the young Mrs. Playbook. She threw a bunch of stuff at the cargo, too, but she never hit me once. Going wild's all well and good, but you gotta be aware of your surroundings, too. Especially when there's a hostage involved. No one else would be sicking a lawyer on you right about now, you know? I know, you're right. I'm doing my best to overcome my clumsiness, so I hope you can be patient while I work to improve. You bet. I'm rooting for you, lady. At least you've got guts, and that counts for a lot. So if you're feeling alright, how would you mind if we get going? Oh no, it's okay. No need to thank us. Seems to be way more trouble than it's worth.
You sure? Now that I made you help us out, I thought it'd take it easy by sticking with you guys for the rest of the way.
Oh, yeah, I did notice that they've started doing that.
But alright, besides, we gotta head home and report to the boss that we're done taking out the trash. On here, I thought we could rely on those escorts we bought. Thank goodness you guys came along to help us out. Thanks, gullible-looking lady.
Aw. You were taking out the trash? You mean to Camelot's pit? I thought soldiers were supposed to be escorts to that, since Morse sent to show up near the pit.
We would have gone with soldiers, but they say they don't have time for escort missions these days. That's why we got escorts from that beautiful lady in Gloucester instead. She said we could have them cheap since she couldn't get the fine-tuning right.
What's this about trash,
Huh?
though?
You mean you don't know, human kid? Guess you must have just gotten out of the ranch recently, huh? Luckily, no more showed up near the pit. Guess they're all gathered around Norwich now. Man, sometimes I really worry what's gonna happen to Faerie Britain. Between Gawain, the Van Clan's biggest troublemaker, and Tristan, the Queen's pet psycho. The only decent Tamlin of the bunch is Lady Lancelot. Maybe I should take a break for the north. Make a break for the north. Nah, what am I saying? I could never do that. We're the 7 Merry brothers, Lady Aurora's faithful servants.
Really? I am waiting, Deontay. I'm waiting for more story significance to see what the big deal about everybody is. Just because, based off the NPs alone, Morgan is the only one that has an interesting NP. But for this banner, I'm waiting to see how they have story significance and what their characters are like before I roll. And at this current point in time, Gawain is the only one that seems redeemable / worth rolling. Because, as this 7th fairy so eloquently put it, Tristan is a psychopath. Morgan is in a relationship with Beryl, which just says so much about her character already. So, yeah.
Hi-ho, hi-ho, it's back to work we go. Thanks again for everything, guys. You watch out for the Moors you hear?
Maybe, but like I said, this is based on my current knowledge, so on my current knowledge state, I'm not going to be rolling. I see. For the record, it's not my fault we didn't get there today. It's all on Artoria for dragging us into yet another rescue. You do all understand that, right? Also, do you naturally attract trouble, Soul? Are you just unlucky like that? Now that you mention it, I am a bit of a trouble magnet, aren't I?
Yeah, this did help me get my bearings in terms of using my blade and all. Faerie Britain isn't like the other Lostbelts I've seen so far. I finally figured out how tough my blade needs to be.
I will say that right now, I'm very much digging the cut of Oberon's jib. He seems like a cool dude. Currently, Oberon is on the roll list.
Your magecraft ain't half bad either, Artoria. I've got no idea why fairies here say your skills ain't worth much, but I do know they're a great fit for me. My scabbard's feeling smoother than ever with you around. Glad you're on my side.
That's a reference, if I've never heard one. Oh man, the Shiro face is saying that the saber face that his scabbard is feeling good around him. Geez, isn't that a reference, or is it not? Thank you. Same here. See, unlike fairy soldiers, Muramasa doesn't just use his own magical energy to fight. He also uses external enchantments as naturally as though they were part of his own body. True Muramasa's fighting skills are definitely cut above the rest. You said he's an alter ego, right? Does that mean he's not a pure servant? Well, is it okay if we tell this story, Muramasa?
Sure, go ahead. Now's as good a time as any, Soul.
The thing is, though, I've got to be very cautious with what I roll here, because I know I'm going to be rolling on both of the Summer 6 as well as the Anniversary banners. But I start school this fall, which means I stop working this fall, which means financial situation is going to get a lot tighter. Besides, I don't need anyone coming to me complaining about how I was secretly a bad guy all along, or how could I betray your trust, yada yada. Here goes. But yeah, I did get in my radiology program, so that's gonna be a time consumer. As it currently stands, I'm definitely might have to change my stream schedule, because currently it's looking like I will have clinicals every Tuesday and Friday from 7 to 7. So that's gonna be something for certain. That is going to be something. So he's a servant mixture this foreign god made. And he's actually been fighting against Sol and Chaldea up until now. Basically, especially in Olympus when he pulled off something really crazy right at the end. In fact, Muramasa, that reminds me, you were strong enough to cut Alice's spirit origin in half. Yet you failed to assassinate Queen Morgan, and some other fairy handed your ass to you. The fact that I'm going to have clinicals every Tuesday and Friday from 7 to 7, starting the end of August. Yeah. Life's gonna be busy for me. Can you explain to me how that works? Because I don't get it. Nothing special to it. I'm just an alter ego who's optimized for killing gods. And that's only because the foreign god imbued me with divine spirits who are good at that sort of thing. Apparently, one of them is the blind god of war who is responsible for Ragnarok, the twilight of the gods. The other is, well, kind of a wish fulfillment of mine. Don't ask. My point is, I'm not exceptionally strong or anything. I just don't have to use magical energy to kill gods. So Olympus was perfect for me, and Scandinavia? Well, Scandinavia would have been rough. You can figure out why. Scotty, I think she was called. If this alter ego version of me had met her, I might have flown into a genuine rage. I know the blind god of war would have had words to say about all the gods being fooled. Anyway, there you have it. I'm pretty useful when I'm up against divine spirits, or anywhere in worlds where divine spirits are calling the shots. Yep. I mean, unless I somehow make it big off of streaming, I'm definitely going to have to cut back on FGO spending. Or I get killer financial aid. That's another caveat. I am applying for financial aid for this upcoming semester and going forwards. So if you're strong against gods, that also means... Now I see. I had a feeling this was the case. You just helped me clarify it, Muramasa. Helena the Fae had no concept of religion, which means... Yep, there are no gods in Britain. Though I have no idea how this world ended up like that. Damn peculiar. The whole world is ruled by fairies, and there ain't a trace of gods. The greatest mystics ever. Anywhere. You know, that is actually weird. So there are no gods in Britain. So the point of divergence has to be before even the Olympians landed. Damn. So that means the point of the point of divergence is before the Olympus gods happened, and the Olympus gods diverged when the White Titan Zephyr came. So this is pre that even. Holy cow. Well, that only makes sense, don't you think? I mean, it's only humans who desire gods. Fairies can do anything they want on their own, so they don't have to rely on a higher power for help. So of course their society isn't going to think of gods. You know, that is a good point. I do read. I read a lot. I'll have to write all this down later in my next message to Chaldea. I wonder what Holmes is going to have to say about it. I don't know about these god things either, so I can't speak to that. But are you still Sol's enemy? You're still Sol's enemy, right? I'm glad you're here helping us now, but are you really comfortable working alongside your enemy? You don't have to worry about that, Arturia. It's like I told you, Black and Gloucester. Now that you've saved me, I'm gonna stick with you, Child of Prophecy. It's easier for me that way. I ain't usually one to find fault with my own work, but at least this one's a job I can finally get behind. Alright, thanks for stopping by, Mordred. It was nice chatting with you for a while, and I hope to see you next time. On Monday. So you're not fully on board with the god's job, then, huh? Are you freaking kidding me? Hell no. Damn thing's a pain in my ass. Even now, I still have no idea what the hell the foreign god even is. She just summoned me without asking, mixed some divine spirits into me without asking, and forced a bunch of work on me that I didn't ask to be a part of. I've always been a maker of weapons, so I know my hands weren't the cleanest to begin with. But at least when I was alive, I could swear to the Buddha that I never went down the wrong path. Oh, I'm gonna have to be fixing my sleep schedule as well, especially if I have to be at a hospital at 7 in the morning. So that's telling me I'm going to have to be up by at least 6, since I have no idea where my clinical could be. It could even be in another state, which that will be a pain if that's the case. The closest clinical site is like 15-minute drive. The furthest clinical site is like an hour-and-a-half drive away from me. And if I end up stuck at an hour-and-a-half drive away site, good Lord Almighty, I'm gonna be in for a rough time. Of course, now that I've got some other things mixed in with me, I don't have a right or wrong path anymore. So if nothing else, I'm gonna make sure I do good work on any job I take. It's the least I can do as Muramasa. So you're helping Artoria now. That's your job. Isn't that what I just said? What are you grinning about? You're more mean-spirited than I would have guessed. I see. In that case, we'll be happy to work with you. We could use all the help we can get now, especially from a heroic spirit we've already acquainted with. Once again, even if it's only in this Lostbelt, I'm glad we're on the same side, Senji Muramasa. Alright, Deontay. It was nice chatting with you as well. Hope to see you on Monday as well. Thanks. Since I'm setting the price for this job myself, I'll be helping out any way I can. Anyway, on a different note, I don't really want to ask this, but as much as I dislike the guy, he was still a colleague, so... How did Limbo's final moments go? If you have to drive 1.5 hours to get some light... Oh, I will definitely need something to keep myself awake if I have to drive that early in the morning. I will definitely need something to keep myself awake. Oh, Limbo's final moments. Oh, how I wish I could wax poetically about how much he suffered in the end. You know what? He went out like he lived. A coward. I see. Alright, I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that and just go to bed. No, I don't need to be hurting myself. Somebody's spying on me. Is that anyone awake? They're not, are they? No, they're all sleeping soundly. I'll just take that as a good sign. I'm pretty sleepy too, but I have to stay on guard. No shady-looking things nearby? Check. No mores nearby? Check. Don't you worry, everyone. I'll make sure. Artoria stays safe. So we have a silent guardian, then. Interesting. To the Autumnal Woods. We will go ahead and take Da Vinci. And we'll throw our Muramasa in here. And since I can have some backline now, we'll throw in Proto as well, just in case. And I need Castoria. Castoria is very important. Bye-bye. Auf Wiedersehen. Because he's also part of the round table, and he's not in a swimsuit. I'm trying to restrict myself to only the servants that are Knights of the Round Table / members of the Round Table, or that have been unlocked, quote-unquote, in this Lostbelt. Proto and Lancelot are literally the only two that are not swimsuits. I have used Squirtoria as well as Surfer Mo. Excuse me. But I want to try and avoid using them just because they are swimsuit servants. So I don't know if I would consider that. It's a pride thing. It's a challenge thing. It's a way to make it more difficult for myself. I don't know. I'm a video game masochist, okay? We're here. Welcome to my domain, the Autumn Woods of Wales. Warm-colored leaves everywhere. Oh, hello. Welsh Fairy. It's Lord Oberon. Everyone come quick. Lord Oberon has returned. Please, Lord Oberon, please tell us about what we saw outside. Thank you for the warm welcome, everyone. As you can see, I brought guests with me today. This is Sol, who watches over things just like I do. This is Da Vinci, the cutest genius you'll ever meet. This is Muramasa, who'll probably be kind enough to make us all sorts of useful things. This is Artoria, the Child of Prophecy. See, I told you the Child of Prophecy would be willing to come all the way to this isolated neck of the woods. Now do you believe me when I was telling? Now do you believe I was telling the truth? Oh, what do I do, Lord? What do I do, Oberon? You don't have to do anything, and they're just glad you're here. Oh, but don't try to hug them, no matter how cute they are. They're not used to being touched, especially by outside fairies. These fairies are straight out of picture book. No, this is what I imagined the land of fairies would be like. Come on, fairies are fairies, right? I don't see anything special about. Please, make me a helmet. I want to be a soldier. A soldier! Well, I guess they're a little different. I can't tell what it's saying, but... What is it, little guy? You want a helmet that fits you? Yeah, alright. Anything made for humans obviously won't fit you at all. Hey, Oberon, mind if I set up a workbench somewhere? Be my guest, but just stick to leaves and twigs for your materials if you don't mind. They don't actually want to be soldiers, they just want to play pretend. I got it, don't worry, I'm not going to make anything real. Right. What about you? Who are you? Are you Oberon's friend? A real friend? It makes you our friend too. Please, help him. Please help Oberon. I can tell they're friendly, but that's all. They're welcoming all of you here. None of the fairies who end up in these woods understand suspicion. There are no imitations of human society here, but we can at least put you up in tents. Why don't you all kick back and relax while I go see what's happening outside? I'm counting on all of you to take care of our guests, okay? Don't worry, these people are all nice, none of them are going to hurt you. Okay, everyone, ta-ta for now. I'll be back tonight, so make sure you save some dinner for me. Huh? Hang on, Oberon, at least tell us how we can understand what they're saying. And he's gone. I mean, at least we can tell these fairies are being welcoming to us, but... Indeed, I have no idea what these Welsh fairies are saying either. I also noticed Lord Oberon didn't bother to introduce me. That hurts, obviously. I wonder why. Is he just absent-minded? I'm sure he just slipped his mind. Are you hungry? Are you hungry? If you're like Lord Oberon, then you must get hungry too, right? We'll feed you, we'll feed you. Welsh chestnuts are yummy yummy. See, they're going to feed us, and with chestnuts no less. That's amazing, talk about a forbidden treat. You can almost never find sweets in the south thanks to the restrictions, but here we have a loophole. Restrictions. Oh yeah, Mike said that only upper-class fairies have access to confectionaries. Apparently the queen forbade processing fruits and such, so sugar is hard to come by here. Lady Aurora once gave me a bite of some kind of dark-colored bar. But honestly, I prefer carrots. They have much more natural sweetness. This way, this way. Tell us about Oberon, tell us about Oberon. Looks like the dining table's over that way. I still can't tell what they're saying, but if they're going to treat us, who are we to say no? Treats! Yummy, yummy treats. The meal was delicious. Exactly. And it sure was. Those are the most gorgeous grapes I've ever seen by far. And not only that, these fruits even have mystics in them. That was a great way for servants to recover magical energy. Maybe I should take a few with us for the road, or send some to homes as a souvenir. There's still an extra plate left out. Is that for Oberon? Should we leave it for him? They're here! The black dogs are here! Run! Hide! You snooze, you lose! That was weird. Why'd they all run up trees and hide in hollows all of a sudden? I see some black dogs over there, so they're probably trying to hide. Oh my gosh, come on, we have to get rid of them. It's the least we can do to pay them back for this feast. I was just thinking the same thing. The black dogs are terrifying, but these poor fairies have no way of fighting back. Well, we're not going to let anything happen to them now that we're here. Come on, everyone, let's show these dogs they're no match for a hare. Is this one of those history convergence things? I think it is. I think it is. Three-wave battle. Assassins. Death resist down. Oh boy, these things can inflict instant death, can't they? Almost, Frodo. Or Muramasa, almost. Doot doot doot.
持ちやります。ここで
Hoping that he would have NP. Poor Da Vinci, she's just getting gored here.
このアングルはキラキラしてる。
いいぜ
やります。
八重が
そこ
Very devouring. Okay, so that must inflict instant death, I'm guessing. Dun.
やりも
よく
ちろん
見ておきな
ここでまっすぐ
Good. And we'll save the MPs for next
突破します。
近寄るぜ
Bye, Vinci. Okay. Dun.
まあ
そうだね
もちろん突破します。ここでまっす
Man, I should have brought Alter Ego Muramasa along, it seems. And then do that.
やってみるさ
And a Buster Blast,
君の言葉通りに
just to be safe.
八重がキャー
More assassins! Come on, game! What is with the assassin enemies? Oh, they.
白兵
悪くね
運命
え一切主情質物証
もちろん
Stupid assassin-based enemies.
それはいつか来る兆しの星。誰に呼ばれるまでもなくあなたは星をかざすでしょう。アラウンドカ
過分を捨て重さを捨て早きを捨ててめえをした活目しやがれ剣の鼓動ここにあり
Good damage. Good damage. Bum.
もちろん
そうだね
ここでまっす
八重がか
Stagnant. Death throws. Guts. Lovely stuff.
火の粉にはなる
Luckily, I have multiple NPs.
ぐそこへですか。
多少加減はすべきかな
Do
イエスマイマスター最後まよく見ておきなシール13デシジョンスタートこれは世界を救う戦いである
少女
重さを捨
sadness.
て早きを捨て
Not
て
like
め
that.
えをした活目しやがれ剣の鼓動ここにあり
Okay, how many guts do you have, Stagnant? King of the Storm, Curse Cry. Just one guts left, it says, but it can say many things and not always be true.
もちろん
君の言葉通りにか
こ
Good gracious, the curses! Castoria, give us some cleansing here.
最後まで見届けやがれ。
それはいつか来る兆しの星。誰に呼ばれるまでもなく、あなたは星をかざすでしょう。アラウンドスカイバーン。
過分を捨て、重さを捨て、早きを捨て、てめえをした。活目しやがれ。剣の鼓動、ここにあり。
Good
ちゃ
job,
んと飯
Masa.
食ってんのか。武器はともかく胆力が足りてなかったぜ。
Dust. Dust. Dust, 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 dust. What was that incredibly powerful enemy doing mixed in with the black dogs?
Probably just some fairy that went a bit mad from the excruciating pain.
What were those black dogs, anyways? They're evil fairies that eat other fairies. Nobody's quite sure when they first showed up. Black dogs are the only kind of fairy that eats other fairies. Well, with one exception, anyway.
A long time ago, the fairy eaters were one of the great calamities that used to plague this land. It's said the head of the Fang clan sealed them away. But some also say they only did so at the cost of the curse that befell the entire clan.
They did. They won. Bortigan. Bortigan. Everyone's gonna be so sad. Everyone's gonna be so happy. He has good friends now. Well, the fairies are happy. That must mean we did a good job driving those creatures away. Alright, since it looks like we're going to be staying here for at least a few days, why don't we set up camp? Especially since there's no point worrying about what's going on outside now that we're here. So let's just relax and recuperate while we wait for Oberon to get back. Plan? It sounds like. No battles. Approaching the end. Oberon's back. After dinner. You know, there's something I've been wondering about for a while now. How do fairy families work? I saw plenty of siblings in Salisbury, but I didn't see anyone who looked like a parent and child. Well, of course it didn't. Fairies come into existence independently of anyone else. The only siblings we have are when multiple fairies with similar attributes decide to call each other that, or when they've all decided to stick together from the time they manifest, like the 7 fairies we saw yesterday. That's just how fairies live their lives. Okay then, what about children? They say Tamlin Tristan is supposed to be Morgan's daughter, right? So how does that work? Tristan Morgan's daughter, good one. No, that just means she's the queen's successor. I guess in human terms, we'd say that Queen Morgan adopted Tristan. The only children in the fairy world are the next version of you born after you die. Let's see, okay, for example, let's say we have a Spinner Fairy A here. Spinner Fairy A lives for 100 years and goes to sleep having fulfilled their purpose. But that doesn't mean the Spinner profession or that fairy's way of life disappear from Britain. So right after Spinner Fairy A dies, Spinner Fairy B is born. Fairies refer to this relationship as predecessor in its current generation. I see. So then, does the current generation inherit anything from their predecessor? Things like genes, lineage, records, names, or some other kind of property that human would pass on to their kids? Not really. Like I said, fairies are born on their own, so they don't have any connections like that. And that goes for predecessors and current generation fairies, too. Powerful fairies can hold on to their records, memories may be better here, but in general the next generation is a completely blank slate. However, since the current generation has the same role, their abilities and appearance do resemble their predecessor to some extent. That's how the Spinner Fairy knows they're a Spinner Fairy no matter where or when they're born. There are also times when a fairy who resembles the current generation is born, while the current generation is still alive. It's rare, but when it does happen, the new fairies are treated as the current generation's son or daughter. This is also why fairies who use magecraft are sometimes referred to as Morgan's daughters. Here in Britain, Queen Morgan used to be the only one who used magecraft. But now we have Tristan who was given magecraft and named to her successor, and Artoria who was born using it. From the fairies' perspective, both of them are the same type as the queen, hence Morgan's daughters. I see, so that's why Tamlin hates the Child of Prophecy so much. Because the rumor is that I'm Queen Morgan's daughter. Not exactly, Artoria. It's not using magecraft that makes you Morgan's daughter. It's that fairies who use magecraft can become Faerie Britain's king. At least I think so. That's the whole reason Morgan gave Tristan magecraft. It's her way of saying you'll be the next king, rule over Britain as you see fit. I expect that was her way of trying to derail the prophecy to make sure the Child of Prophecy wouldn't take her throne. But then you and your natural magecraft show up, and now Morgan, or rather Tristan, is all, what's the real one doing here? That's probably why she went to pieces at the auction house. She just couldn't handle the terror. You think so? I didn't think I was scaring her that much. I do, yes. Anyway, a confrontation with Tristan is pretty much inevitable. But don't worry, just relax and take it one step at a time. The fact that you use Magecraft proves you're the Child of Prophecy and that you're destined to defeat the Queen. No matter how powerful Morgan may be or how formidable the Tamlin are, as long as you're the Child of Prophecy, you'll be Britain's savior. Just do what needs to be done and the prophecy will be fulfilled. We're just here to help you. As long as you're around, Britain can, and more importantly, will be saved. Even if some of them end up dropping out along the way. That's an ominous line. Can't sleep. Too much on your mind to sleep? Well, there's no need to stand. Here, have a seat. I saw you when I was heading out to gather intel. Mind if I sit next to you? Great. Don't mind if I do. Say, here's an idea. Maybe you'd feel better if you told me your story so far. I'm sure you have a lot to say about everything you've seen and done before you came here. Long exposition dump. I see, so that's the journey you, Chaldea, has been on. Earth's future, humanity's existence, your survivor's guilt over the other Lostbelts you've been to. No wonder you can't sleep, especially given what you told me earlier. You're feeling guilty about the Child of Prophecy. Or maybe it's not so much guilt as alienation. Artori is about to spill a lot of blood, but that has nothing to do with you. That's been your role up until now, and you've kept fighting even when it was hard. But you never had a choice, did you? Responsibility for all it rested on your shoulders. Not here, though. Here you have to put all on Artoria's shoulders. And now you don't know what to do with these feelings. You might even be feeling like a coward here, since you can't forget that you have no intention of saving Faerie Britain. That's a very good observation, Oberon. You're more concerned about finding your lost companion. If something happened to Mash, you could never forgive yourself, right? Surprised I can tell all that? You're trying not to let it show, of course, but I can still see. But look at that this way. Let's say, hypothetically, Mash were to go out into town alone and die in an accident. Would that be your fault? It's keeping her safe from all harm all the time, your responsibility. 24/7. No, of course not. That's not a concern for a friend. That's more of a savior complex. Stop calling me out, Oberon! Mash is their own person, and people are responsible for their own lives and choices. If you really respect her as an equal, then you should be trusting her, not worrying about her. Damn it, Oberon! Why you gotta make me... Piling more responsibilities on your shoulders isn't going to help anyone, especially if you're so weighted down you can't act quickly when you need to. Still, based on what you've told me of your journey so far, it sounds like your heart doesn't have anywhere else left to go. I'm pretty sure you used to be a lot lighter on your feet. That kind of person who lived his life how he wanted, am I wrong? What do you mean? Well, I can tell you what I don't mean. I don't mean just doing whatever's easiest. I'd say living life how you like means finding what suits you. Finding what it is you want more than anything. And fighting for it as hard as you can, come whatever may. That's how you were during the incineration of humanity. Not that I was there to witness it, obviously. My point is, you and I are a lot alike. I'm guessing we both have a similar role to play here in Britain. We're bystanders, as much as we hate it. You are no more the protagonist of this story than I am. Just like Oberon the Fairy King wasn't the protagonist of A Midsummer's Night's Dream. All we can do here is watch and see how things play out. Even in battle, we can't do anything more than offer support from the rear. But that doesn't mean you need to beat yourself up. At some point before all this ends, there will come a moment when you have a crucial role to play. A time when no one else is around and you'll have a chance to change how everything unfolds. Sounds great, doesn't it? So for now, I suggest you swallow that worry, get some rest, and look forward to what's yet to come. So what if you're just a bystander? Even spectators have their pride, after all. So bide your time, wait for your moment, and do something spectacular at the very end that not even the gods could have seen coming. Just imagine how good it's going to feel when you finally swipe that smirk off the smug face of fate itself. Thanks, Oberon. Not sure what that was about, but I feel better now. What's so strange about it? That's how I lived my whole life. Soul? There aren't many people out here who can explain everything about themselves. It's not like we're predictable tools that come with instruction manuals. We're living analog creatures, fuzzy around the edges. That said, everyone has at least one thing they like about themselves, right? It's kind of embarrassing to say this out loud, but at least in this example, I don't think I'm a coward, and of course, you aren't either. Thanks, Oberon. Oberon is just firmly cementing himself on the roll 4 list. Oh, sorry about that, Blanca. I didn't even realize I'd been talking so long. Let's go look for intel in Manchester tonight. It's about time we start investigating up north. Alright, I'd better get going then. I'll see you tomorrow night. I don't want to be the only one left out in the dinner fun after all. Hang on. What do you want, Oberon? An excellent question. To defeat Morgan, of course. I might not be a fighter myself, but that is why I was summoned here. You're not talking about for humanity's sake or anything like that? Oh, now I see. Well, damn, this is kind of embarrassing, but I guess I can't dodge the question after the big speech I just gave. I'm looking for Titania. Remember, Oberon's queen from A Midsummer Night's Dream? Titania the Fairy Queen, the only one who ever loved obstinate Oberon. I'm hoping to see her if I can. Though, of course, I know that's impossible. Titania is a fictional character. She doesn't exist in proper human history. She can only ever exist within the confines of a story. I don't think that's necessarily true, Oberon. I don't think that's necessarily true. Alright, the final arrow of Section 5 against an alter ego and rider. We have only Castoria as our support here. Well, if we have support Castoria, that means I cannot bring along my Castoria. This squad'll do. Sword Boys. Squad. Let's go. Why am I facing these three? Also, I'm fine with still using Muramasa here, but this is very different. Excuse me. Boop boop.
Yes, my master.
Da Vinci's the hardest one just because she has the stun.
シール13デシジョンスタート。これは世界を救う戦いである。勝利。縁を切り、定めを切り、業を切り、我をも立たんつむかり村正。すなわち宿業からの解放なり。
Okay, that wasn't too bad. Evasion on red hair. Ramasa's just getting more crit odds. Okay. I forgot to use Sword of Selection on Muramasa. That could have made a big difference. Dun-dun.
あれはいつか見た終わりの星。どれほど遠く汚れても、私は星を探すのです。さあ、幕を開けて、アラウンドカリバーン。
そこに至るはあまたの剣さん。気づきに気づいた刀塚。八重垣作るは戦士の刃。知った成仏していきな。芸術とは
Of course it's done, Frodo. But we have a Muramasa chain, so that works. Muramasa needs to take out Muramasa.
縁を切り定めを切り業を切り我をもたたんつむかり村正すなわち宿業からの解放なり
Okay, Da Vinci is down.
武器の巨像は十分だ
As long as Proto survives,
やることは変わらねえよ
we will take down Red Hair this turn.
イエスそうだねシール13デシジョンスタートこれは世界を救う戦いである
少女
まだまだ効かぬかここで叩くやべえな面白いわかったやべえな面白い妖精がなんだってんだ
I do want to know what the reasoning behind this fight is, though. It just seems like a very random battle just to have a battle. So I hope there's some post-fight dialogue. Of course, he gives himself a charge.
気づきに気づいた刀塚八重垣作るは戦士の刃知った成仏ステーキなかなか少し動きにくいかわかった調子は悪くねえな
Of course, he would give himself full flippin' charge. Now it really is a fight of Muramasa against Muramasa. Alright, Muramasa, kick Muramasa's butt.
縁を切り定めを切り業を切り我をもたたんつむかり村正すなわち宿業からの解放なりまだまだ出直してきな巻藁の代わりにもなりやしね
Okay. Okay. Ow, ow, ow. Oh, this was supposed to be a light practice about Muramasa. Why are you taking it so seriously? Are you a child or something? No, I'm an old man. It's my job to make sure youngsters like you get the proper education at the School of Hard Knocks. That doesn't go for Soul, though. He seems like he's had more than his share of hardship. I gotta admit, Soul, those quick combat zones of yours were really something. It makes me think it'd be better off keeping you safe instead of mixing it up myself. If you play your cards right, you might even be able to beat the Tamlin. Think so? You bet. If you throw all the servants and magical energy you've got at them, you can definitely take them. You said one of them trounced you before. The next time it'll be your turn. Just make sure you've got a good victory line locked in, loaded. Something like, I ain't afraid of no Tamlin. Your weapons are made of iron, right, Muramasa? Could you let me have some of the material? Sorry, but I'm only the one who can work that. It's basically an advance I'm paying with magical energy. If you want to use them for yourself, I'd have to make something for you from scratch. And that means we'd have to get some iron from a mine. I think it was Norwich that controls the iron supply around here, right? I see, then I guess I'll just have to track down somewhere. Then after I come up with a plan to defeat Gawain, too. No, I'm seeing a mean streak in those eyes, Curly. If you got something devious in mind, I'm game to help. No, thank you. Just keep laughing it up with Soul and leave me alone, timer. Looks like someone's going through a rebellious phase, or maybe she's just like that. I think she's just really competitive. No, I'm not. I'm just being the child of prophecy. If there's no getting around that, then I may as well start taking it seriously. Start taking it seriously? Come on, you've always been taking it seriously. No one here's ever thought otherwise. Oh, I see. You're worried about what Oberon said about you having to confront Tamlin eventually. I mean, that's definitely part of it, but I just figured I can't sit on the fence forever. The whole idea of making a pilgrimage around Britain and ringing the bells still doesn't quite feel right to me. Real to me. But the fairies who we've met so far, including the ones in Gloucester, have all had such high hopes for me. And of course, my whole village of Tintangle believed in me enough to raise me and send out this pilgrimage in the first place. I'm still a little worried I might not live up to everyone's expectations. But I thought, for the time being, I could at least try to be proud of being the child of prophecy. Like they say, nothing ventured, nothing gained, right? I mean, I don't have any specific ventures in mind like that, but...
You know, girlie, for the life of me, I can't tell if you're full of spirit or shrinking violet.
Can't keep wavering forever either. Soul, made up my mind. Gonna help you, no matter what Chaldea has to say. But what about Mash? I thought we were only traveling together until we found Mash. I'm not gonna stop until I find her. But I want to help the Child of Prophecy on top of that, yes. We have to trust that Mash will be able to kill Boggart on her own. Good point, Soul. We haven't made our position very clear, have we? Finding Mash is definitely our top priority, but that doesn't mean we can just leave Britain to fend for itself. So we want to keep traveling with you, not just so we can find Mash, but so we can also help Britain too. Now that we've made friends here, we want to do everything we can to help them so we can go back to our own home with no regrets. Does that sound right up, Soul? I'm sure Gordy won't be happy, but it'll be fine. Sounds good to me. I'm sure Gordy will give in if we work here too. So it's not just Muramasa anymore. You're saying you and Da Vinci are going to help me on my pilgrimage too, Soul? Yep, and I'm sure Oberon would say the same thing. Don't worry, we expect to be generously compensated once we fall save the day. So how does that sound for future king? Of course, if you'd rather not us having us hanging around, we can always go our separate ways. No, not at all. This is great. I never dreamed I would ever have this kind of help. I guess this Child of Prophecy's first alliance. Now I'm starting to feel like a king. Yay! I'm glad she's happy about it.
Of course, none of this changes the fact that we still don't have any kind of plan. It's great that you're feeling motivated about being the Child of Prophecy now and all, but what do we actually do about it?
Way to bring me capturing down to reality. Couldn't you let me happy just for a little while, Muramasa? What is that's your entire problem right there.
Well, as the resident old man here, I kinda have to be the party pooper, don't I? I heard a little thing, I think I have an idea. Oberon! It's a little earlier than I'd planned, but the time is clearly right. I will tell you where the Child of Prophecy, and you, her companions, need to go next. The crossroads of destiny where the Child of Prophecy rumors shall become reality. That's right, it's time for us to go save Norwich.
I can hear him, but I can't see him. Is that really you, Oberon?
What do you mean you can't see me? Alright, of course. Down here, everyone.
Oberon's spy mode. Flying long distance sure takes a lot out of you, but there's no substitute for seeing things yourself. Alright, you guys haven't seen me like this before, have you? I'm the stylish little speedster who races around Britain on a Sphinx moth at Mach speed. That's right, I'm Ryder Oberon, sometimes known as Robin Goodfellow and the pint-sized Fairy King. How'd you get so small? So he can split his spirit origin a bit, it seems. Interesting. Quartz, 3 bells, 3 prisms, and 3 Hellfires of Wisdom, and that is Section 6 done. And it looks like for Section 7, which is going to be a long one, we're back in Sheffield with Mash, where hopefully she will destroy Oberon. And just as a quick bit of Lostbelt chronology here, in 4,000 years before the start of the current era, the legend of Aesic the Savior, the civil wars between the clans push Britain to the edge of destruction. One fairy emerges to save Britain, then loses their life. That fairy was Aesic the Savior. 2,000 years before the era of the High Queen, the War of Summer, war between the northern fairies led by Queen Mab and the southern fairies. The war ends after Aesic the Savior's intervention and the current 6 clan structure is established. So Aesic came back 2,000 years later. Then, the era of the High Queen, Morgan establishes the current Order of Faerie Britain. And then in 2001, Ainsel, chief of the Mirror Clan, makes her prophecy, a savior who will say Britain has been born, a true king will defeat the false king, shall appear soon. And then as of today, we arrived in Faerie Britain. So that is the history of the Lostbelt thus far, and that's going to be where I call tonight's stream of Fate Grand Order. On Monday, we will resume with Section 7, and we'll go from there. For now, though, I have been SolarActDragon. I hope you've enjoyed this stream. If you have, leave me some feedback in whichever way you so see fit. If you want to check out more about me, be sure to check out my channel here on Twitch or YouTube. Same name, same game. There's plenty of content for you to enjoy. Once again, thank you so much for coming out. Hope you enjoyed. Have a fantastic evening, everybody.